I don't like long poems. Fuck it, the long odyssey. I like to write haiku. Are you planning ahead? The ocean just called. Waves the water back downside. Wobbly boats float home. When the man was young, his rooster didn't cock a doodle at all. People are like trees, big lots of figs and nuts. That's why the fruit fell. Their mouths are hot pink. They are naked sex ideas. Nude girls like to pose. And one more. Puffing away with wind, drifting by in the blue sky, clouds have their own ideas. This one is untitled because I can't come up with a title that I like for this. It's untitled. In morning, the sun is white and cold. I feel old getting up before 8, when bending the knees is a trap door. Say a word to find something. Find a word just to see it. Don't say anything at all. This is called Drop. In wet hills, when the moss drips away, meridians of unicorns dip into the fauvest sea of black salt and pepper fog. The flat rocks drip into the ocean too, like frozen water, chipping away the waves with resistance. The wind cries to come back, but the starfish and the kelp will not have her, and the seagulls do not know the difference. The cradle. The poem comes from within me. That is why I can't come out. My daddy sings gobbledygook for beer and black olives, so the words take me only where the horse can carry me. I am not a mountain, only a mirror. Anyhow, the title of the manuscript is This Cat Eats Everything, which is the title of a poem painting that he did of a cat. But anyhow, this is the second vignette in the manuscript, which is about 100 pages long. And, okay, the Mars Bar is a money washer on 2nd Avenue and 1st Street with cheap shots, where 2 unidentical twins by the name of Anger stabbed a rat with a Confederate knife in one of the broken bathrooms. You gotta hold the door shut with your foot and the sink won't work. The outside of Mars is glass brick with big windows on the east end, but it's dark inside anyway. The bar stools are all busted. There's graffiti on the walls. All the bartenders are women. People call the payphone all day and night. There's lots of stupid drunk ritual fighting, like in Truck or Scotland. Gary Rex always passed out on the bar. Stuart nods out in the corner. Eric plays pinball. Felix the deaf-mute trips on acid, has his wooden name tag on, wails in the corner to some music, points at someone, then at his Budweiser, then at himself, asking for another. I get there first and sit down next to Amelia. She nods hello and gets up to put money in the jukebox. Jack comes in right after and stands on the other side of me, behind Julius Klein, rambling. Someone told me there's been a guy in here hanging around the Mars Bar asking for me. Says he's my son. My son's so stupid. No, he's all right, but I can't relate to him. He don't like me much. His mother's black. I knew this last part wasn't true, but Jack liked to mythologize his life. Well, was it him? No, I came down here and found out it was someone pretending to be him. Did you move your shit out of the flop house? Yeah, I'm staying at my friend Hussein's in the basement. I don't know how it's gonna work out. Why? There's some crazy junkie woman there, running around the apartment in a slip, screaming and crying. And Hussein, the guy's fucking nuts. Everyone in this town's fucking nuts. I don't know where his head's at. He's on another planet. I've known him for years. He came to New York from San Francisco in a car with Ginsberg, Orlovsky, and some other guy back in the 50s. I don't know where his head's at. Where is anyone's fucking head? He raises his eyebrows at me. Then he turns and continues rambling to someone standing behind him. I'm the greatest living poet in America. I can hear him yelling over everything else. I'm the greatest living poet in America. I never got published because I spit on Barney Rossit's shoe at a party. I was aiming for Ginsberg and I missed. I'd already heard that story about 20 times and somehow knew I'd hear it about 60 more. Julia says, God, he drives me nuts. He reminds me of every Jewish uncle I ever had. He looks at you in that same stupid fucking way. Jack makes eye contact again. He knows we're talking about him. Hey Jack, Julia says you remind him of his Jewish uncles. Yeah, I'm Russian-Romanian Jew, but I grew up in an Irish neighborhood, so I took on Irish traits. No, he didn't, mumbles Julius. I turn around and watch Amelia take a drag of her cigarette. Her lipstick never stains the filter, but always stains her cheeks. It looks like she's been face first in a bowl of wet, ripe cherries, plucking the stems with her tongue, rubbing the flesh off the pit with small, deliberate movements of her mouth. When she turns, her face reveals a solitary knowledge. Its muscles grow weary below her cheekbones. Castanets call. All of a sudden, she snaps back into the moment, then sits back down at the bar next to me, at her same spot in front of the snake carving, squinting her eyes, pointing her smirk in the direction of the music. She looks like she thinks other people compare her to a cat. I wonder why she thinks this. I wonder why most women think this about themselves at one time or another. Jack orders a shot of scotch, explaining how he's not supposed to drink anymore on account of his diabetes. I'm not supposed to drink no more on account of my diabetes, but how can you live a life without drinking? It's my own fault I got diabetes. I lived shitty. I'm too wild. But I didn't get this way just from fucking drinking. How could you get this way just from drinking? I crashed 7 cars and got 7 concussions. How many times have you traveled across the country? At least 17, and I crashed 7 cars and got 7 concussions. You seem to like the number 7. It's a good number, It brings you luck. Numbers have magical powers. He finishes the shot, gets another cranberry juice, and then leaves the bar about 11:30. Meet me tomorrow at that same coffee place at 10. We'll walk downtown, and you can see what it's like to spend the day with me.
Yes.
But he said everything twice, you know.